live. We are live. Hello, everyone in YouTube world. Technical fun happening. So I'm guessing for a lot of you that we still have technical stuff, and that's okay. So this probably isn't your first webinar. If you just hit start, I got it. You're probably completely confused beyond all belief about this whole childbirth thing, and it's not your fault. There's a lot of information out there, and it can be extremely confusing. Many times that information overload can keep you from success. But don't worry. If you've been concerned in the past that you just can't succeed at this empowered childbirth thing, I want to put those fears to rest. You can do this. You just need to find the path that resonates with you and what you know about childbirth. So the corporate care system wants you to believe that you need complicated birth interventions to be safe. Well, I'm here to tell you that's generally not the way. They have their own reasons to want you to think that, but unless it's a very special high-risk pregnancy, it's just not true. If you've ever thought that mainstream healthcare and drug companies actually want you dependent, you're probably right. They don't benefit from you being empowered. They want to keep you in need and using their products and their services. So the difference with us is we care about your success and truly want to see you have the childbirth of your dreams, regardless of where you choose to birth. So that's what we're here for. I know that you have a dream to have a beautiful, confident childbirth experience, and I want to show you that you can make that happen during this webinar. So whether this is your first or 10th birth, we want to help you. We want to help you overcome the fears. Some are from the past experiences, some are ingrained, and some are just absolute unknown of what comes with having a baby, a journey that you might not have encountered yet. But being more present and more connected, more mindful, these are goals to have. And the childbirth experience has or will fundamentally change you as a person. So if you don't want to trade that for someone else's plan or schedule or their convenience, then you're in the right place. You have everything that you need already, and I'm just going to remind you what's been forgotten. So you can have a birth experience on your own terms, feeling confident and empowered, just making your own decisions and trusting in your body and your baby. You can do this. So when I was a first-time expectant mom, I knew that I wanted a great birth experience, and I discovered how I could make that a reality. So now I'm super grateful that I've had the opportunity. I've worked with hundreds of new parents. I've helped them to have the same experience. I've worked with midwives. I've attended births as a doula. I've taught naturopaths and OBs and family practitioners. And I've had 2 calm and relaxed births. And by doing so, I've become a more strong mother for my daughters. So prior to this, I was beyond not in the birth world. My family and friends practically never talked about birth experiences. The most I really heard about birth was on TV shows. And I remember watching a hospital show this one time. There were like 3 women, they were in delivery, all having just crazy traumatic birth experiences, all at the same time. There was screaming, there was beeping machines, needles, just utter chaos. Watching the show, I could feel my stress level rising. I must have looked petrified because my friend had to talk me down, and they just let me know that's not how birth normally goes. So I realized in that moment how drama is used to keep us watching, and maybe if it's even used to keep us afraid. I realized, just like everything in life, reality was whatever I made of it. I was probably around 6 months pregnant, and my husband and I, we went to one of our appointments. It was with our midwives, and I was feeling healthy, and our midwife asked us about a childbirth class, if we had taken one. She said that there was one we might like. It was geared toward a more natural birth. It hadn't even occurred to us that we needed to take a childbirth class. It was like a light bulb went on, and we realized that we just didn't even know what we didn't know. So what I did know was I wanted a natural as possible childbirth. I didn't like taking medication, and I wanted to birth my baby naturally and then breastfeed. And I wasn't trying to prove anything. I just wanted to be strong and confident about my birth. I didn't know anything about pregnancy really, other than the little distorted view from TV. I just wanted to be confident instead of uncertain. I wanted to be empowered instead of scared. And I wanted to make my own decisions. And I refused to be bullied. I didn't want to be bullied into anything that I didn't want to do. So people around me thought that I was absolutely insane for wanting a natural birth. They told me that I needed to get the epidural because why wouldn't you do that? So without drugs, they thought I was just going to suffer needlessly and that it was actually reckless. But I took the class with my husband and it just completely made sense to us. We saw women having natural births without suffering, and we learned how to prepare our bodies and our minds so that we could also be ready. So many times people go into childbirth just figuring they're just going to wing it and they're just going to hope to have a good birth experience. But they let their care providers tell them what needs to happen. Or maybe they take a hospital birth class, they want to prepare, but then all the focus is on the interventions that they're going to receive. And here's why that doesn't work. Well, neither of those options empower you to make your own choices. You want to know how to prepare for childbirth like women historically did. You need to have the knowledge that as if you'd been surrounded by birth your whole life. So natural childbirth is a birth philosophy that anyone can use regardless of how they want to give birth. Even for those planning an epidural or a cesarean birth, you can use the tools of natural childbirth to have a more calm birth. And it's just so amazing. So we get so much feedback from families that have been able to impact their birth stories just through proper preparation. Some were first-time parents and others wanted just a different experience by child 2 or beyond. So here's what we're going to learn today. Secret number 1, birth body trigger. How to unleash your body's natural flood of pain relievers so you don't need a chemical drug with definite side effects. Secret number 2, surround yourself with the positive experiences. And secret number 3, the one question that can save you from countless interventions. So secret number 1 is the birth body trigger, how to unleash your body's natural flood of pain relief hormones so that you don't need a chemical drug, which yes, has definite side effects. So I think we've all been told at some point that birth is painful and traumatic. And I know I was. And if you're thinking that natural childbirth is too hard or painful, you're not alone. The birth of our first daughter, which turns out is the reason I actually teach, it was rather long and slow. And I remember I was in labor. We started on Wednesday. Even when my water broke at work, there was no color or odor. My waves hadn't really started going, my contractions. So I knew that I didn't have to go straight to the hospital. But I remembered that keeping fear at bay would impact the hormones of birth. So if I had fear, that would trigger adrenaline, and that is not your friend during birth. I felt no need for pain medication. I didn't want it, but if I needed it, then it would be a no-brainer. So we hung out at home until the waves formed a continually close pattern, and then we made our way to the hospital. What did we do at the hospital? We made ourselves at home for the night, the next day, the next night. We had no idea as to what was going on. We also wanted to minimize exams in order to let nature take its course. My body was doing what it was supposed to do, but we had practically zero dilation. Finally, a nurse discovered that I actually had scar tissue on my cervix, which needed manipulation, and that was keeping me from dilating. We were so thankful that there was a professional present. And I was also grateful that my husband and we had advocated for ourselves. We were just so thankful that I was able to stay relaxed and focused, so my body was continually able to create its own feel-good hormones. So yes, sometimes surgery is necessary. Sometimes you need medication, and we are so thankful that it's there. But you need to know if it's a medical necessity so that you can make a truly informed decision. And that's when I realized that you can't prepare for every possible complication. But you could prepare your body and its ability to produce this natural pain medication right in your brain and into your body. So they're actually called endorphins, and they're amazing. It was then that I really discovered that by taking specific actions during labor, I could just turn on this hormone factory of my body. Pain wasn't an issue. It was just more like pressure. And as long as I could stay calm, I was fine. Nothing like you see on TV. Secret number 2, surround yourself with the positive experiences. When I first became pregnant, I had only seen childbirth on TV. The screaming, the cussing, the swearing off sex has become just like ominous for moms to be. I remember the day in our first childbirth class, we watched a series of short videos, and they were women giving birth naturally, vaginally with no medication, vaginally. They weren't screaming, yelling, or cussing. They were calm, they were relaxed, and they seemed to be in a primal state of power. Like some seemed practically asleep. And that's when I realized that what we've seen dramatized on TV is as fictional as any movie or TV show that we've ever seen. It just doesn't represent reality. And many life experiences live up to our expectations, meaning if we expect an experience to be painful or stressful, that's the experience we create. On a very positive note, the same is true in reverse. If we expect to be more calm, more gentle, and empowering, that too can be our creation. So we read positive books and blogs, and we watched tons of calm and relaxed birth videos. And we just said no to any well-intentioned friend or family member who just had to share this horrible birth story with me. I just let them know that I was focusing on the positive birth experience that I was in the middle of making. Secret number 3, the one question that can save you from countless interventions. Throughout our entire first birth experience, long as it was, whenever any questions came up, we had a golden ticket of a response. For basically the first 36 hours of labor, we had zero dilation, like none, like zero. Our support team was understanding, but they also did let me know that if I didn't eventually progress, a cesarean birth would be our only option. And what did we do? Well, we got down to the most basic, most important part of labor and birth. Is my baby okay? Am I okay? Then we're all set. That's right. As long as she was fine and I was fine, then we were just fine. There was no need to get things moving or speed things along. We were pregnant for like 9 months. We had the apartment all set, the pets, the friends, the family. We had like no place else to be, no hurry to be in. So as long as both Autumn and I were fine, then we didn't need to steer from our birth plan. And this confidence gave us enough time for the nurse to finally determine that I had scar tissue that she could then manipulate, and we were able to have the amazing vaginal birth that we had envisioned. So it was incredible. So let me ask you a question. If you followed what I showed you in secret number 1, and you could turn on this hormone factory that your body does have and trigger the relaxation reflex, and then did what I showed you with secret number 2, and you knew how to stay calm and relaxed, like just countless other mothers during labor and childbirth, and finally, you used secret number 3 to use the golden ticket questions, do you think that you could be successful? Let me ask you another question. How many of you are so excited about what we talked about tonight? You might be feeling a little bit overwhelmed because, we covered a lot. So it's impossible to show you everything that you need to be successful in such a short presentation, but I've tried to cover as much as possible. So I've created a package for those who are ready to move forward and implement the knowledge that they need for the birth experience that they know that they deserve. So let me tell you about a special offer that I've created that will help you implement these key tools that you'll need. First off, just for showing up tonight, you're going to receive our special Mainly Birthing crib sheet. This is for those who will be supporting you on your journey. So supporting a mom through her labor and birth experience is amazing, and it can be very overwhelming if you just have no idea as to how to help. So this is a little cheat sheet so that they know what to do when they have no idea as to what they should be doing. Next, what we can offer to you on this journey. There are 2 options instantly accessible so that you can continue your learning at your own pace from the comfort of your own home. Option number 1 is the VIP experience. Now, this amazing package is your comprehensive birthing class extraordinaire. You'll receive instant access to 12 video modules, complete with printable worksheets, unlimited email support, a printable postpartum plan, and 2 live group coaching sessions. Now, this package is going for $349, and if you order it within the next 48 hours, this is the wild part, you'll get a free virtual coaching session one-on-one with me once you've completed all the modules. Now, this offer is for a very limited time, so if you're looking for that seriously personal touch, be sure to register ASAP. Now, up to number 2 is the classic Mainly Mindful Birth course. This course gives you the nuts and bolts that you'll need for your upcoming birthing experience. So this gives you the 12 video modules with, of course, the printable worksheets and unlimited email support for just $149. And yes, if you register within the next 48 hours, you will also get a free virtual coaching session one-on-one with me once you've completed all of the modules. Now, again, this offer is for a very limited time. So if you're looking for that seriously personal touch, be sure to register ASAP. So that's it. You can enjoy our classic Mainly Mindful Birth experience or go for the VIP. Either way, if you register within the next 48 hours, you'll get the opportunity for a one-on-one virtual coaching call with me as soon as you've completed your modules. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. And please know that I'm sending lots of positive thoughts and cyber hugs your way. As always, stay healthy, stay hydrated, and stay happy.